Hey, Mrs. J. Hey, Mrs. J. How you doing?
Hi, Toddie. I'm okay, not brilliant, but I'm okay. I look like a Grecian person, laying on my side. I
Oh,
need
to
to be
the
fed
Greek.
grapes, please.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
need
okay.
grapes.
Okay. Grecian is very exotic. I like that.
Yeah, it just calms my back
So
out.
there's a lot going on. You shared with me. You said that Nora's been making videos every day now, trying to take, and this I'm saying jokingly, trying to take the throne away from the guy on it. And you shared with me that Aaron has put up his video, which is not a very becoming or a very good video, or a video that shows Jenna in a
Yeah.
positive light, and that's back up there. And today we're actually meeting to finish off the second part now, so the complete bond hearing of Eric and his I don't know, diabolical mishaps and
Yeah.
debauchery
Yeah.
in a court of law.
Yeah, it's quite
It's not
this one.
diabolical. Diabolical is a little over the top. But
I
there's
think I
debauchery.
think
There's
it's the
debauchery. There's
humor.
debauchery there. There's debauchery.
Yeah, the judge does have a little bit of humor.
Yeah,
Um,
she does. She calls him
yeah,
out. She sure
yeah,
does. She sure does. Well,
and
I'm ready to go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
it's gonna yeah, you'll like this because I didn't. You've not seen this bit yet, have you?
No, 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 no. I
Oh, cool.
haven't.
This is good. So this will be a fresh reaction to this
It
completely.
sure is. Absolutely. All
We're
right.
on page
So
11, or are
yeah,
we on
page.
page 12? 12.
No. Yeah.
12.
No. We're on. Listen. We're on page 11 at the bottom. The court. So it
Yep,
starts
got it.
from number 23.
Yep, got it.
The court says, "You want to add anything, Miss May?" And Miss May says, "Yes, Your Honor. I would just further emphasize the fact that this is now the scope has widened. We've we've was beyond one individual, their second individual, and this defendant just admitted right there that he's willing to go beyond that. It's the fact that this is all focused on the Church of Scientology. Do you want to just do we want to come forward and have another victim next? Like there's, oh, she's feisty. Like
Yeah,
that's where this is arising to. And that's the state's concern. That's why the state wants him held in custody at this time. The court says, you told me, Mr. Smith Levin, last time when you were about ready to go to jail, how this occurred before that motion for no contact, and you had learned your lesson and you were behaving yourself much better, and that you had heard me loud and clear. And from what I'm hearing right now is you really didn't hear me loud and clear, is that you really are just doing everything you can to skirt that no contact order. You've gone from your picketing and you're right to Mr. Perlman says protest, and the court says protest. Thank you. I missed the word, the right to protest, to now targeting people trying to get content for your YouTube channel, and you've escalated the situation. And she said that.
again,
She said
again.
that.
Yeah,
I mean, yep, she predicted this. She had a crystal ball
you
on
did.
Aaron Smith
You
Levin.
did.
Yep, like his bald little head. All right. And so you really haven't gotten the message, Mr. Smith Levin. Can regards to you go out there, you have your protest, I don't know what that says. You, you're right to do all you want. Now target people. You're trying to, what is it that they call it when they put people's personal information out there? I forgot. They use there's a doxing, Your Honor. That's what the defendant says. That's Aaron. He says doxing, Your Honor. And Miss May says dox. It's almost like a race to who says what. And the court says dox. Everybody's saying dox. I don't know what it is. And the court says, and then the attorney in the court, oh, okay, the court says dox there. Thank you, doxing people. attorney-client conversation. And then the court says, which it seems to me you're trying to stir up problems for what other security guards that you know that you can't do. So now you're trying to get to the people to do it. No, I don't really think you should talk anymore, Mr. Smith Levin. Well, she's giving him free advice, isn't it? The judge is giving him free advice. Mr. Pearl, he's getting better advice than Mr. Perlman, your average. You know what I'm saying? Especially because he has an attorney that should be giving him advice. Mr. Perlman says,
but he hasn't spoken to them, has he? He only spoke to them for 15 minutes.
Right there. The attorney should shut him up and say, hey, give him the evil eye, give him the look.
Mr. Was it Mr. Perlman's secretary's job to ring Aaron to say, excuse me, you have an appointment with us this morning. Can you be ready in an hour?
Yeah, but just to do a Zoom thing even. But here's the thing, no, but that's not the point. In court, the lawyer should be shutting Aaron up, not the judge. Mr. Perlman finally says,
"Oh, right, okay, okay, yeah."
And he says,
"Why do you think he hasn't then?"
He's saying something right here. Let's hear what he has to say. Okay. Mr. Perlman says, "If I can just briefly interject." Finally, he says something. If I could just briefly interject, Your Honor, for this, wait a minute, because again, as you stated, I get more information every time I walk in.
I don't even know where we are. Are we on page 14 now?
Okay, hang on. Yep, I'm going on page 14 now. All right, so Mr. Perlman says, so it's a reactive component where I'm at with this. And I've talked to my client at length. I've talked to his associates at length. I think that there is a concern of escalation on both sides that they were responding to. Whether it was true or not, or whether it was perceived or not, well, it was perceived. Whether how accurate or objective it is, I can't speak to that. What I can say is that I think that was why things after 3 years suddenly, his channel's been around for a long time. He's been involved for a long time. I think it was viewed as that. He's what the fuck? Yeah. Like this is his lawyer. This is why I guess Aaron speaks. What I can say is he has taken a very different understanding and tact since Your Honor revoked his bond and put him into custody, which was objective. And I can tell you after these conversations, I think he has no problem taking those. What he thought he was doing, he thought he was legal. He thought it was legal.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either. I don't believe that either. And he's sitting there saying everything's a surprise to him. So he's guessing too. I didn't know that was going on. See what I'm saying? I didn't know that was going on. I would have given different advice to avoid these scenarios. So what do you think he said? Go ahead and fuck around on any building. Go ahead and make a scene again. I mean, what advice did you tell him? I'm sure you told him to keep stump and you got this. But he can't keep stump. Nope. But I thought, I don't know what that says because there's writing on top of writing there. In good faith, he was trying to identify individuals because of an escalation, because that the whole powder throwing incident was an escalation from both sides. That being said, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. That was an untruth. They weren't being hostile. They did spill water, but they spilt it. They didn't throw it. I didn't see anybody throw water. I saw them
no water was thrown.
It was spilled.
But I believe if you've only got a 15-minute window with a man who refuses to have a conversation with you, this guy is almost, that's all he's got, isn't it? He's got, I didn't do this. This wasn't me. They threw water over me. Of course, he's not had any information because Aaron's not given him any. So we're now at a stage where
it's on the video. It's clear the video was there. Yeah. So I would have thought that the lawyer would have seen the video.
Right.
So I'm going with, I think that the lawyer saw the video.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I think so. Okay, that the whole powder. Okay, so anyway, he's got to say something, I guess. Aaron's subscribers are paying for this shit. But then after that, he on his own shoved a video Oop, the court says, but then after that, he on his own shoved the video in. Mr. Perlman interrupts the judge and says he did. That's not a good thing to say. The court says the alleged victim's face. He, on his own, walking past the door, saw the opportunity when the door was open to turn around immediately and start shoving his phone into everybody's faces. So he has, on his own, taken the step of escalating on the situation. And then, I don't take it lightly, Mr. Smith Levin, when I order somebody not to do something, and then you go and just try to toe the line, and that's exactly what you did. No, he didn't. He went over the line. This judge was very nice. I think I said that last time. I think I've read this before. Nope. The defendant says, here's Aaron. I did read this before. Aaron says, can I say one thing, ma'am? Please, as he shrivels into a ball. That's not there. I put that there. The court says, no. I'm just telling you the message that I'm receiving. The defendant says, I totally understand. No, you didn't. If you just shut your mouth, you didn't even
He
need that.
doesn't understand, does he? He doesn't understand.
He continues on. Mr. Smith Levin, I understand. And you are basically just stirring up trouble, stirring the pot, and walking the line of that no contact order. And me. Why do you have to have the last word in, Mr. Smith Levin? That's me, guys. I'm adding that. So I'm adding that, guys. Can I please say one more thing, ma'am? After all that, oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, correct or not, I want to say the research security actually violates one of this. I did read this. One of the state law to cover your face, like you're not supposed to cover your face. It's really hard for me to read that. I read it last time, and the court says, Your Honor says, then call. Great, then call. In my videos, Aaron says he's trying to talk over the judge here, and she says, you know what? Then you call the police if you think they're violating something. Blah 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 blah. That's in the other video, and Aaron says, that's what I don't go. No, stop. Says the judge. You're not helping yourself, Mr. Smith Levin. If you think it's such a big violation of state law, then you call the police and let them investigate it. Not sit on your YouTube channel and just try to make money off of it. Stir up the problems is what she's really said. And then make money off of it. That's where you are. She doesn't say anything about money. It's me. You guys can read it. And Mr. Perlman says, okay, like it's about time. Mr. Perlman said something. He's getting paid money. And the defendant says, understood. Nope, I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't think the judge does either. And Mr. Perlman says, I do think he understands, but I wouldn't bet my life or my grandchildren's lives or my money on it. That's not what he says. He says, I do think he understands, but it's like the half and half, like the 50-50 shot here. I'm adding that too, Your Honor. I do think the point is made. Hang on, there's something wrong here. I do think he understands, Your Honor. I do think the point is made, and I do think, because part of what I have to do now, I've not yet been retained on the new battery allegation, so I want to walk out of here. But I wanted to go and get the psychological evaluation. I want to go that route because I think he's a little fucking lunatic. But I can't say that out loud. And counseling, I want to go through that route of maybe anger management. This is me paraphrasing shit like that. Maybe I don't know. Whether again I need to be able to show what I need him to have an objective other than kind of the dynamite on his own group. What is that? I don't understand. Something about a desperate
outside perspective.
Oh, have an outside perspective. I wanted to begin that process. He is more than willing to begin the process. I was going to ask, is he more than, there's no question mark. Is he more than willing to do the process? Willing to begin the process? No, he's not. Absolutely not. I was going to ask for a GPS monitor to ensure. I was going to ask for a GPS monitor to ensure compliance, and I've already reached out to Solutions. They changed what? They changed them.
They
Treatment.
can get him in for a mental health evaluation. I've got here.
Oh, they can get him in for mental health because this is so tiny. They can get him in for mental health evaluation. These things I do have a game. What? These things.
Yeah, I've got that as well.
Okay. So he's saying he has a game plan or a game to
Yeah.
do. I don't know. And the court says, I know you keep getting, and Mr. Perlman says shifting. Mr. Perlman is shifting. I'm sorry. The court says whacked in the back of the head every time. That's comical. Every time some guy comes along. Oh, that's too funny. Into the courtroom. The defendant says, Aaron's going to speak again.
Of course he is.
Say, Your Honor, we've never even spoken. We haven't had a conversation about any of this. I'm not misrepresenting myself to my lawyer.
I think he is.
Yeah, what in the chat? Red, yes, blue, no. Those that know, no. Tell me, what percentage do you think Aaron is telling the truth? Please, in the chat, in the comments. What percentage do you think Aaron is telling the truth about the fact that he's not said anything to his lawyer? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Is Aaron Smith Levin misrepresenting himself to his lawyer?
Do you think he is? The answer is yes or no.
The two answers. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Whoa. Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, they are the two answers. So the answers are yes or no. I was going to say the percentage, but I mean, you're right. Yes or no. You're not supposed to lie to your lawyers, especially your lawyer. You're not supposed to lie, period. All right. Yeah. So where am I on this? What number?
I'm not misrepresenting myself to my lawyer.
Okay. So I'm not misrepresenting myself to my lawyer, says Aaron Smith Levin in a high-pitched voice and a shiny
he
head.
does, doesn't he?
And Mr. Perlman says, no, I've got a game plan for him on the treatment, which we've discussed previously. At the end of the day, for me, this can be fixed. His behavior can be adjusted to be. Well, he can go
good,
back to
Mr. Perlman. Isn't he good?
He can go back to Scientology and be adjusted, basically. I'm serious. It says he could be adjusted to be what, basically get back in line. This is weird. That's weird language, in my opinion, but I believe it. Heavily involved in the protest, the escalation has escalated. What is it?
De-escalated.
To be de-escalated. Okay, page 18. Heavily involved in the protest, the escalation has to be de-escalated, and I think he understands that. No, he doesn't. His thoughts have been to his family. No, they haven't the entire time. No, they haven't, or he wouldn't be doing this. He wants to get back to his children. No, he doesn't. He doesn't even live with them. At the end of the day, he's willing to do what Your Honor's asking. And what happened prior to versus what happened at the motion for the revocation, the taking away of the bond, he had a different mindset.
Yeah. He's changed now, though.
No, not even then, not now either. I think he was trying to be in good faith, and no, he's not. He doesn't know how to be in good faith. If I had known, I would have said, don't do this, but there's a different person here than there was at the motion. Ooh, I don't know how that sounds. I know this information is coming out, but that all happened prior to the motion. That's where we're at. We will execute the plan. We will provide the counseling component to that. I think will be helpful. It is up to Your Honor, obviously, if you think if he has not gotten the message. I believe he has. No, you don't. I believe you have different person before you. You have a different person before you. No, you don't. I don't think so either. He has never been trouble before. What are you fucking kidding me? And I think
you can tell the 15-minute conversation again, can't you?
well, he should have looked him up. And I
Yeah.
think any lawyer should have looked him up. They're paying this guy. He's not a public defender. No offense, but he's not. I think this is and the defendant says, I've never been arrested before. Like Aaron, I mean, that's the truth, but come close a few times. Well, I don't see a different person. Here's what the judge says. Damn it. I don't see a different person. I just see a person who just trying to give excuses for his behavior. I agree with you, Your Honor. You are wise. So I really don't see hang on. Different person, Mr. Perlman. Mr. Perlman says, I understand. The court says, and what was the last date that you have that proof of what that information, Miss May, about he's saying and escalating on his YouTube channel? Miss May says, Your Honor, the most recent note from that has been provided to me is dated November 15th, at which time the defendant turned over his social media account to his friends who posted material proclaiming he is falsely accused. And this means war. We are doubling down. This is in quotes, guys. Look at it. The court says that's interesting because it was November 13th that I revoked his bond. I don't think he was counting on getting this shit found out this fast. That's what I think. And Mr. Perlman says, correct, that wasn't him posting. That's not what they never said he was posting. They said he gave the shit over, but he also said something. If you should have heard it, Your Honor, I mean, you should have heard it, dumbass, about third party shit. You are his lawyer. Remember, she said third party stuff, Mrs. J.
I do remember.
And that no
We all
third
need to stop talking.
What's that?
We all need to stop talking about it.
Exactly. And they shouldn't be doing anything like that. Exactly. So, yeah. So the judge says, well, but his YouTube channel was turned over to his friends, and now we're doubling down. She puts a question mark that. Well, let me read that. She says, well, but his YouTube channel was turned over to his friends, and now we're doubling down. That's the way it should read. And Mr. Perlman says, he can't, and I can't control them. Don't give him your channel.
Can't you?
A good way to not control them. Don't give them your channel. That's the first thing you do. You don't give somebody control over your channel. And the court says he can control his own YouTube channel, and why he turned it over to them, I do not know. I'd be interested to hear what the phone records are reflecting from the jail. Ooh, Aaron Smith Levin, you in some trouble, boy.
So that goes back to it was brought up in the last hearing because we read out the document that was on Reddit that was different to what he said happened.
Yeah. Yep. Well,
so she does know now because the next hearing she found out what was being said in the phone record. So the time he was in jail was when she was listening to the phone records. Yep. That's mad, isn't it? It's like true crime theory, isn't
it? It's he basically had it made here.
Yeah.
So she says that, basically she wants to read the stuff from jail, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the phone calls, she wants to hear them.
Yeah. And in those phone calls, we know the first week, we know that he'd already split up with Jenna before that. So when this happened, they'd split up at this point. He then hands over the channel to the other people. Then Jenna comes to Clearwater for Lisa McPherson's memorial. She also uses Aaron Smith Levin's channel and goes on his channel and does a live stream with Erica about supporting Aaron. She then did another live stream during that time he was in jail about him being the equivalent to Nelson Mandela.
And raising money for a lawyer for him. Am I correct?
That was before, but yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, you can't. I don't understand that. I think that's a Scientology thing because your average
Absolutely exaggerate to the max.
player knows better. All right, let me get to the thing again because I gotta find it.
Page 20.
All right. Yep. Okay, so the court continues and says, my mindset when I came in here today was to put him on GPS and supervised ROR. That means like he's on restriction. Home, like a home monitoring
I think
device.
yeah, I think that's it. Don't they monitor them at home? It's slightly different to here.
Yeah, and he would need permission, but if he worked, he would be allowed to like go to work. But I think because he works at home, I don't know, but it doesn't matter because I don't think it happened. But I'm not sure that I think I'm not there yet. I'm not sure that. Let me go back to this.
You're actually reading it right. It's just I think the guy's tongue-tied.
Your Honor, I thought it was a woman judge. No.
Oh, her. Sorry.
Yeah, this is the court saying my mindset was when I came in today, I was going to put him on GPS and supervised ROR. I'm not sure that. I think I'm not there yet based on what I'm hearing.
Oh, yeah.
When I've got him in jail and now we've got he's basically doing the exact same thing. He's doing exactly what I just said. He's talking to others to do his bidding that I told him he couldn't do. That's that third party shit that I said. I just threw that in there. And so now they're using the fact that he's gotten himself into more trouble and he's created more problems, and they tried to turn him into a martyr, Your Honor. You should get that one. Use it as a calling card to get other people to do other stuff. And I do have concerns. So today I'm going to deny the motion to set bond and let you go, motherfucker. And I'll do it without prejudice, okay? That was me that added the motherfucker. Mr. Coleman says, I appreciate the without prejudice, Your Honor. The court says, all right, deny motion to set bond, Mr. Levin. Smith's kind of says, you got yourself into... Here's what the judge says. Mr. Levin Smith, you got yourself into this situation, and you can't seem to bring it down. Even after my lecture to you on the 17th, pointing out what I was seeing happening of October, you then have that you're doing on the YouTube channel, basically asking asking people to do what I told you couldn't do. And then I put you in jail and you turn over your YouTube channel 2 days later and have everybody do what you can't do. And
before he answers, what do you make of that?
Well, hang on 1 second. I need to put the silence there for a second. Everybody doing what you can't do. So you asked me what I made of that.
Yeah.
So I think that I think that the judge sees exactly what he's trying to do, and she knows better. That's what I think. You know what I mean? So personally, that's what I think.
And it must be very difficult for his lawyer. I'm seeing so much kind of just waffle because he doesn't know anything, and then makes a mistake by saying something because he's not spoken to Aaron.
Well, he doubled down on that, right? Because I mean, even the lawyer said that he walks in there and he doesn't know what's going on, and then Aaron says, "I don't misrepresent myself to the lawyer." So him firing the lawyer only makes it seem like he's telling the truth, but He's not telling the truth. We know Aaron. And Aaron continues to talk after like he's got a lawyer. I don't understand. When you have a lawyer, you're not supposed to talk so much. That's what your lawyer is doing, right? And
You're actually
no,
not the
I'm
first
serious.
person to tell me this. You're not the first person to tell me
Because
about
that's
this.
what the lawyer's job is. They know
Yeah.
when to intervene. They know when to interject. But nope. Aaron says, it's the only way I make money, Your Honor, is my channel. And the court says, well, you know what? That's exactly it. And I know that's the way you're making money. I'm sitting here listening to your lawyer saying you want to get home to your family and kids. And I'm sitting here thinking, what does this guy do for a living? Why is he sitting there protesting? Then I'm like, oh, he's what he's doing for a living, making money off his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Attacking the Church of Scientology. So I'm a child trafficking victim of the Church of Scientology. That's what what?
Yeah.
That's what the judge says?
No, that's what Aaron says. I'm a
Where did
former.
Aaron start talking there? I didn't see where Aaron
Well, he
started.
interrupted her again.
I don't even see that there, to be honest with you. I just don't see it there, but
The defendant, I
okay,
am.
but it's not written the way here. This is what I'm saying. You got to send that to me again because the
It's all
defendant
right. I'm
is
going to
under
fix
the
it all
word
up because
is
you've
under
got
the
the
word
original.
is under the word former. That's why. So okay.
No worries.
All right. So anyway,
You do grand.
the court
Give her a
said
like, everybody. Can you just do me a favor and just subscribe to this lovely lady, and also just tap the old like button. And if you put a comment, it really helps boost the algorithm and push the channel up. Can
and
you do that?
we both write back, basically. We both talk back. You know, we both
Yeah,
are active in the comments for sure.
absolutely. Yeah.
And so the court says, okay, Mr. Smith Levin, you're not helping yourself. Okay. You may be a victim of the trafficking or whatever it is, but you have gotten yourself so ingrained. It's true, but it's not even about that for him anymore. It's about money. And somebody killed or you're going to get somebody killed or escalated, and I'm not going to have to watch this apparently. Mr. Perlman says, that's the lawyer finally says, Your Honor, and the judge says, Mr. And that's what I'm concerned about. And again, Mr. Perlman says,
So that bit there, right? So just that bit there with her saying that they're really strong words she has used there. You know, escalating. I'm not going to have somebody killed on my watch. That's quite a
yeah, no, that's definitely something.
That's a statement, isn't it? That because I would not hear that here.
Well, I mean, you would if there was danger, and I mean that's what
Right.
she's saying. She's already said, "Hey, keep your people away from this. Look at the trouble it's caused you. Basically, don't do it." And he's saying, "Fuck my people. Fuck my people. Go now, yeah. Fuck my people. Go." He doesn't care. Everybody's collateral damage to him. So Mr. Perlman says, Your Honor, and the judge says, oh, I already read that. I'm going to go back and speak to my client. I'm going to ask his friends and family, please wait so we can have a candid. And this guy says, hang on, people now. He says, hang on, this is hard.
You're doing grand. We're nearly there.
I need silence for a second so I can do this. I know where to cut it. Conversation outside about what's going on, and the next so basically what he's saying is I'll have a candid conversation with people outside, and we can stop this, and then my client, I'll get my client out of custody. So if they could please wait while I talk to him in the back, and we're going to we'll go from there. And the court says, okay, I'm going to do an order on this. Is this thing set for, I have something set on this already, pre-trial or something, right? And Mr. Perlman says, I don't know if anything's set right now. And the clerk says, yes, Your Honor. It's set for a pretrial on
Mhm.
the court says December 18th. And the clerk says, yes, okay. And then the bailiff says, Your Honor, the gentleman in the gray hoodie pulled out his phone. He was either taking pictures or video. I had no idea. That's why I interrupted the court session to tell him to put it away, but I don't know if he was taking pictures or photos. And the court bailiff in the gray hoodie, he identified speaker, you, sir. Yes, yes, ma'am. And the court, you were taking videos or, ooh, hold on. Yeah, I took a picture. I apologize. I didn't know whether the court says you are to delete that picture right now. Identified speaker says, I will. Absolutely. The court says you are to take out your phone right now. Identified person says, yes. Yes. And the court says, and delete the photo. Identified speaker, unintelligent. You can't understand. And the court says, that go walk up there, deputy, and watch what he's doing. The bailiff says, yes, Your Honor. You are
Right,
not
let's
allowed.
pause it there. Right,
Okay,
you
okay.
and me,
Okay.
like you and me both know how quick it is to send a photograph now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would have
Absolutely.
been done. That would have so been already done
Yep,
by the
absolutely.
time. Yeah. So there is a photo out there of this.
I
There'll be a
believe it.
photo. Yeah.
I believe it. I believe it. Well, here it looks like whoa.
Mm.
So the bailiff goes over there. And the court, the judge says, you are not allowed to have any type of videos, phones, or recordings in this courtroom without permission from the chief judge. And the courtroom conversations, there's people going, really? I didn't know. You didn't know? I didn't know. I took photos too. You took photos too? How many photos?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then the bailiff says, you took another one? And the unidentified speaker says, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I did. No, I did. Oh, it's called double delete, just that you know, the bailiff said.
Or it could be immediately
Okay,
send and then delete.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And the identified speaker says it's not it's a double delete situation. That was the only bullshit I could come up with at the time.
Yeah.
Mr. Perlman says, Your Honor, I think we need to confiscate that fucking phone. Have my client back out. I think he would like me not to represent him anymore. Where that came out of left field. I think that's a nice way of saying I can't deal with this shit. And the court says, well, I got one of his friends over here taking videos and pictures here in the courtroom. And the bailiff says, Your Honor, he did show me one video that he had. It was on his phone, and I observed when he deleted them. That's what the bailiff said. And the
It
court says, all
wasn't
right,
just a photograph, it was a video, and that's been sent as well.
well, the court says, all right, I better not show up on your YouTube channel because then you're going to have more issues. Do you understand that? And the identified speaker says, yes, ma'am. It's not going to show up on my channel. It's going to show up on somebody else's. And my apologies. I added that stuff. And the court says, all right. And Mr. Perlman says, if we can have him brought back out, please, I think we need to go a different direction. All right, says the courtroom conversations. Oh my gosh, he fired his lawyer. Did his lawyer fire him? What do you think happened? I don't know. Who took the video? I don't know. Did you send yours? Yes, let's send mine. Okay, because they're gonna probably check the phones when we leave. Yes.
It could even have been when he fired the lawyer and didn't he kind of not fired the lawyer. You'll find out in a minute. So I've just let a bit out. You'll it's like, will that have been filmed as well? You know, out because it was outside the courtroom. So could that have been filmed as well? It's very, very interesting because it could have been Scientology that filmed it as well. That person could be Scientology who's taken the photograph and the video, not Aaron's side.
Oh, I don't think anybody took it for Aaron's side at all.
Yeah, I didn't
That
think
wouldn't
that.
have
Yeah,
looked good
that's
on
interesting.
Aaron's side at all. I don't believe that at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
All right, so then the next thing we know is the court says, all right, yes. Mr. Perlman says, I don't know if my client would like me to continue representing him. I thought he just said he wasn't. I think that
Yeah.
he believes I'm not doing a
No, you're reading it
sufficient
right. It's just Aaron again, isn't it?
job for him, and that there are concerns about my representation. So at this point, if he wants me to withdraw, okay, so this is the fight over the lawyer thing that happened. Okay.
Mhm.
Just need him to lay it on the record and he can seek different counsel.
Right.
And, I think he wipes his brow and wipes his forehead and gets on
Mhm.
his knees, does the cross over his body. And the judge says, get up. This isn't the place. They go to a church for that. And the court says, withdraw, right? File your motion and go from there. And Mr. Smith Levin, you've got one of the best attorneys in Pinellas County.
Yeah.
So if you choose to have him withdraw, that's your choice. The defendant says, I didn't ask him to withdraw, Your Honor. And the lawyer
So
says,
who do
okay.
you believe there? Who do you believe there?
I believe that the lawyer. I mean, I believe the lawyer, obviously. Mr. Perlman even says, okay. So the judge says, so Mr. Perlman says, so if you want me to continue to represent you, and the defendant says, I didn't ask you to withdraw. So he's not answering the question. And Mr.
No.
Perlman says, okay, all right. It felt different, but that's fine. I'll file the motion accordingly if it's appropriate. The defendant says, well, in the last 3 months, I've had 15 minutes of consultation with you, and I have issues with that. I didn't ask for you to withdraw. What an
Right.
asshole.
So in 3 months, he's
He
had
said he had
15.
15 minutes, right. That's
So that
correct.
really answers why Perlman doesn't know anything that's going on, because he's not sent him anything. He's not sent him anything to look at. He hasn't given him any of the stuff from his side. It's all like delayed. You know what he's like. So this poor man who's representing him is looking foolish because of Aaron's behavior. And
Well,
the
I
thing
mean,
is
he
though,
probably
right?
gave him
He's
more than
not foolish.
15
It's
minutes.
like, yeah, because he's not foolish, and we know that. And that flip that Aaron's trying to do on him has flipped back onto Aaron. Does that make sense? You know,
Well,
he's
listen.
the victim side of Aaron is doing, oh, I only had 15 minutes with him. I only spent 15 minutes talking to my lawyer. He knows nothing. You know, we know that has happened there. We know that's how he'll be doing this as well, to try and make the lawyer, it's the lawyer's fault.
Well,
I
he
never
should be,
said,
then the lawyer should be able to prove that he's had more than 15 minutes if he wants to, because I would.
oh, I don't
if
think he has. I don't think he did have any more than 15 minutes. I really don't. Yeah.
Well, he
I know
probably should.
he's missed 2 appointments. So he's missed 2 appointments with his lawyer
Well,
between
that's
the
on.
2.
Okay, but that would be on Aaron.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
that's on Aaron. So yeah.
But again, he's flipping it, because the 2 appointments that he missed, he didn't answer the phone because he was in bed. And he says that on his stream as well. He says that that's what happened. But yet here we
Well,
have
then that's
here.
what happened. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is the other guy. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would be Aaron's fault, not his.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All right. So the court says, all right, well, you guys got to figure that out. This isn't my headache.
Yeah.
I got to look with this idiot guy. Because that's what that's what the judge says. You got to figure it out. I got enough with this guy. He's a fool, and he's a fool. There's nothing I can do about him. All right, so now page 26. Mr. Perlman says, sure. Excuse me. Mr. Perlman says, sure. The court says, whether you can resolve your differences, if not, then you can file your motion. You get to do that. I don't get to do that, is what the judge is thinking. You get to walk away. I'm stuck. And Mr. Perlman says, absolutely. And the court says, Mr. I'll hear it. Okay, Mr. Perlman, I'll hear it. I don't know. This is all wackadoodle. Just wanted to be clear on the record, Mr. Perlman says. And the court says, all right. I will continue to do what I'm going to do, what I'm trying to do, the best of my ability. Good luck with that, says him. Nope. The court says, all right, let me do this order real quick. Mr. Perlman says, if we could all come outside, please. Court says, hold on, don't leave, Mr. Perlman. I need to. Mr. Perlman says, give me the order. And the judge says, do the order here. Courtroom converses, and then there's a bunch of touch. And the court says, I'm sorry about that. Hey, deputy, I want to just raise that some phones can recover deleted.
Ooh.
And
Some
the bailiff
folks can.
says, I know, can recover deleted videos. And the bailiff says, I know. So that's toughy.
Yeah.
And yeah. And
Not
so and Miss Albritton says photos and stuff. So you hang on. Do you have their like names? And the bailiff says, Miss, yeah, Miss Albritton, yeah, we grabbed, yeah, okay, yeah, we did, and I'm about to. And the bailiff says, you want to just let her know too? And here you go, Madam Clerk, says the court. And Miss Albritton says, sure. And the bailiff says, Your Honor, Miss Albritton says, has something, Miss Brown, no, Miss Albritton has something. Can I just approach? And that's what Miss Albritton asks. And the court says, yes. And Miss Albritton says, I just, was expressing my comment that phones can recover deleted pictures and videos. So they might just going to be able to get what they have. And the court says, yes, well, if I show up on the YouTube channel, we'll know if he did or didn't. And the bailiff says, I'll go and kill him. No, the bailiff does not say that, especially not in the Scottish accent. I observed that he deleted it. Then my corporal information was gotten, so he's writing a report on him. That's what it was documented. And the court says, well, listen, what can I do? C'est la vie. No, the court doesn't say that. The court says, okay. The bailiff says, so just in case something does come up, the court says, I appreciate it. Thank you. And the bailiff says, no, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Great day. And the court says, I appreciate it. You have a great day too. Somebody I know knows a lot about phones, all right, says the judge. The bailiff says, oh, I know a lot about them too. Nope. I have a hard time turning them on and off, so
And then
the proceedings have concluded. Concluded.
Yeah, what an interesting, very
What
long
a shit show that was. A shitty show of the shits.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
funny. Aaron's in trouble. The judge saw right through him. I know he's home now and shit, but I don't think his behavior's gotten any better, to be honest with you. I'm ready to talk in the accent all day.
The new area where they're protesting, I think good. They're getting the honks on the horn from passers-by, but what does that do? Nothing, apart from say to people, oh look, we live in a town where Scientology is the headquarters.
Well, here's the thing. So like the protests, as we spoke about last time, he doesn't want, that's not what he's trying to do. He's trying to act like he's making a difference by this campaign, and it's not like she's trying, like exactly like what Jenna said. She's trying what you said, Jenna said, that she's trying to compare him to Nelson Mandela, which is to me a joke. And so, but that's the way he's being portrayed, just like in Scientology, right? When they go ahead and they show those yellow shirts, excuse me, with the hurricanes and trying to fix,
the mission.
and it's all a bunch of shit, right? Because it might be 10 people and there's nothing there except maybe a few cases of water and stuff, but it looks good on film. It's all about angles, says Gypsy Rose Blanchard. If you know, you know. Seriously, you know what I'm saying there?
Yeah, from what I've heard with that one of the things that they've done, I heard a couple of things down in Colombia where there was a disaster. They rocked up, delivered stuff, took photographs, and left with stuff. So they didn't even leave all of the stuff. Yeah.
That's funny. It's
Yeah,
not, but it's funny. I
I
would
know
believe
that's what they're doing, and you know, this touch assist thing that they do as well. It's very bizarre. Worth looking into if you haven't seen the touch assist, ladies and gentlemen. Go and have a look what that is. I've been looking at
what is it? What is it that you're telling people to look at?
to look up what touch assist is. It's part of the Scientology programming.
Touch
assist. Yeah, I'll go and have a look at that. It's worth. It's fascinating. But what was I going to say? I today have been looking at how Darvo affects this and how a scientological angle of it on the Darvo side of how he is using his techniques in what happened with that court hearing, and the similarities to confront and shatter, which is another horrible phrase, but it is basically Darvo. It's sort of its sister. They go alongside. So that's the Scientology version of it. And when you look at confront and shatter, and you look at how this has just gone out, I'm just going to get my notes up because I wrote some notes for this. Would you believe?
Okay, but let's talk about Darvo, the acronym. Okay.
Yes, I'm just getting it all up for you now. So I'm just picking it.
Well, I could read it. Darvo is a manipulative tactic used by abusers standing for deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender, where the perpetrator denies wrongdoing, attacks the victim's credibility, and then claims to be the real victim, shifting blame and avoiding accountability for their abuse behavior. This pattern, identified by psychologist Jennifer Joy Fried, makes victims feel confused, self-blaming, and silenced when occurring in relationships, families, workspaces, and then even institutions like universities. Well, this behavior has been going on for a long time, to be honest with you. The fact that we're just putting a name to it is
well, this is it. It was how it was sort of. I wanted to show people, because we hear the word this phrase Darvo, which I only learned a couple of years ago myself. I didn't because I said I didn't know any of this sort of stuff really. But the confront and shatter side of it, I wanted to just say how it mirrors quite well. I mean, forcing someone to face something without an escape, and physiologically breaking their certainty, their resistance, and their identity, is basically what it is. It's ethics handling, security checking, truth rundown, being a suppressive person, how to enforce the disconnection, and
also the alienation. It's all about really alienating and
it's individuals. It's like specifically targeting an individual to alienate them by creating waffle about that individual to push their channel.
Okay, so I need you to explain waffle to the American people.
Yeah. Waffle is just talking, and it's just a conversation where two people have a conversation, and it's a lovely little conversation that ends, and it's all there we go, and there's no substance to it. It's just jargon. Yeah, and I was like, I must say to people, if you can for yourselves have a look at how you have this situation, and we've just heard there from what Toddie has read about how he has been defiant and created a whole narrative to fit all of the things that he's doing on his channel to justify his behavior, sending people out.
A narrative that is very dangerous, which the judge is talking about. Because,
And I
as far as
believe,
even getting somebody, God forbid, hit by traffic,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or somebody
yeah,
falling down or something like that. It's
yeah,
also the antagonistic way that
yeah,
he goes about, in the aggressive way that he
yeah,
goes about, that puts people, on guard with him and on the defense with him. And
mhm.
there's crazy people in Florida, man. Crazy people. And Aaron, he doesn't know how to control himself. So, and those
Yeah,
people around him could
he
easily
wants
be
to
collateral
change.
damage.
Yeah, he wants to change what you think. He wants to change what you
Well,
think.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about people. He could piss somebody off who's driving by because he's paying more attention to what's going on at the
Mhm.
protests, right? And
Yeah,
he has somebody who's now got road rage, and because of the people hanging around him, literally, they could be collateral damage for his bad behaviors. It could be as serious as that, because again, I know in your country, guns aren't as prevalent, but they're fucking prevalent here, and they're
yeah.
prevalent in Florida because you could carry them. And there's already a bunch of anger in Florida because of how
Am
big
I
the state
right?
is and everything like that.
Am I right? You can have a concealed weapon in Florida. Is that right?
Well, I mean,
Or
concealed, but it
open?
can be open in the car
You
as
can
long
have
as it's in
open.
a
Okay,
holster or something, in a
okay.
glove box.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But, the
yeah,
fact is, anymore, everybody's carrying one. So, what I'm saying? Like, but you're going to get the wrong person that just has had a shitty day and they feel threatened by Aaron,
yeah,
because he'll run up to somebody with his hands up, yelling and screaming at a high pitched voice. And, somebody coming at you the size of Aaron, if you're a smaller person or whatever,
mm,
or you've been robbed or carjacked before. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
why would you want to do that?
His his aim of creating confusion to slide himself through this to his subscribers has also been quite a thing to watch as well. Um, the the parasocial relationship that people have with him is I've never seen it before as strong as this. I've never seen that before. I don't know about you, but I've never seen.
Well, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Here's the thing. In every community, you are going to have something like this.
right.
Yes, I've seen it before.
Yeah, I wondered because you've done stuff with the Whitakers and Gypsy, so I did wonder because I've not seen it like that.
Yeah, but you don't really have the comparison per se.
Right.
So, I mean, you're covering, he's pretty big in this market, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
In this
Yeah.
niche, he's big, not just big, but he's big, not just metaphorically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So,
what about when the last thing before we I know we're at the hour, aren't we? So we've got a couple of
yep.
minutes. So yeah, last thing is there, or do you think there is a slight possibility that people are really going to start seeing who he really is? Are we going to get there? Because he's still got, he dropped down to near, I think he went down to 195 subs, 195,000 at one point. So he's gone back up another 60,000 subscribers in the last year.
Well, he's gotten a lot more since he got incarcerated.
Do you think it's the drama then? People don't give a shit about him. They just want to watch the
Well,
car
no, I
crash.
think that probably people might not have known about him until he got arrested, or people
True.
wanted to subscribe to his channel just to get the information on that. You know what I'm saying? And they wanted to be able to. And people forget to unsubscribe to things sometimes. So I
That is
don't
another.
really know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And
yeah.
there's always been a question about if he bought any of his subscribers. There's,
Well, the thing
always
is, I
been a
mean,
question.
that is Nora's convinced of it. I've got it. I've been listening to Nora.
Yeah,
Last
but
couple.
I can't really trust Nora to be objective in this, if I'm honest with you.
Yes, good point. Really good point.
Yeah.
I don't actually think he is buying subscribers currently, but I do wonder if he has. previously.
Yeah, no, I think maybe so in the past. I think so, maybe in the past.
Yeah.
But what do you want to cover real quick? Because I did get that order. I gotta run to the post office and pick it up. I guess.
Yeah. So the emotional side of things, sort of how, you know, we're going to have to, you know, people are going to be snapping out of this, just, you know, like any cult, and we, you know, we've got to give them the right direction of where to go to get information and stuff.
Well, I always post those channels below.
Yeah,
you know, the channels that you talk about. I always post them below.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. And if, you know, if people are, I've got to confess, folks, you know, I know at least 2 people have been in a mental institution, and I'm not including ZDT, from all of this in the last 2 years. That's horrendous, and that is wrong. And you know, and we've got to support the people that are coming out and snapping out of this, so that they and not attack. I hate the word attack, wrong word. Not then have a go at them when they have woken up and realized that he's used them as well. I think these points are really important, and it's okay to go, do you know what, I don't agree with this man, I am going to walk away from this situation. That's okay. You're absolutely able to do that completely, and you can be strong to do that as well. And if you are suffering any trauma at all, please, you know, go to Google, have a little search, and get support.
I think we hit 211 in this country.
Yeah, 211.
I think so in this country. Yeah, 211.
Yeah, that's brilliant. We have mind.org here, and you can also call 111 if you feel really distressed. And that's important that we remember there's people watching this. There's thousands and thousands of people who have been traumatized in their life, enter the anti-Scientology community because of their own trauma, and they want to kind of understand their own trauma to discover all of this going on. And lastly, well done, Liz Gale, for what's the word? Suing Aaron. She is taking him to court and is suing him. So it's good news.
Yeah, I want to talk about that next time we meet for sure.
Yep.
I definitely want to talk about that.
Yeah, no
so
problem.
Hopefully we'll meet in a couple days.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, cool. I can actually, because my friend's poorly, so I'm not going out on Saturday. So I'm around.
Okay, well, great. We'll do that then.
Okay, no problem. Right. And much love to you. And
you too.
Great little chat again as usual.
Yep, I appreciate you, Mrs. J. Thank you for the information and always the company.
You're welcome.
A pleasure. Okay, I'll speak to you soon. All right.
Bye.
Bye.